Every holiday season, Christmas comes around, but sometimes Christmas talk happens far too early because people want to get into the day of spreading their cheer faster. Did anyone tell you about the show Recess? Well, this is a story about the show. The people who will be dealing with are the Ashleys. They are so cute little girls, but sometimes they could be a little bit in a mischief, like kind of how they force people into their club without permission, jinxing people, and more. But sooner or later, these ghosts of Christmas came and taught those girls a lesson. So join me, Hilda, as I read you the Ashley's Christmas Carol. Our story begins on the 3rd Street. It was Christmas Eve, and the people were decorating their Christmas for Christmas because Santa Claus was coming when everyone was asleep. There were some girls who didn't like the Christmas spirit, and they only cared about fashion stuff. The Ashleys, they were walking down a snowy street when they got paused by Johnny Woolsey Hesitant. He said, "Excuse me, dear children. Spare some change, please." They just didn't care one bit and they just walked away. The Ashleys just got stopped again, but this time was a man named Sylvester Stallone, wishing them a Merry Christmas. Ashley Armbruster just punched him in the face, and when they arrived back into their clubhouse. In the clubhouse, Ashley Spinelli was working hard on playing the Ashley's bills ever since the name started with Ashley. She spent about her day paying all the bills that the girls could require. Ashley Armbruster asked on how much the payments are going. Spinelli barely got any rest as she feels like she needed the day off. The Ashleys agreed with her statement as they claimed that they'll be paying her 10 grand plus expenses for the week off. Spinelli was packing her stuff until somebody named Tackleton came into the view with the session's greetings. Both Spinelli and Tackleton sang a few songs such as Jingle Bells and We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Ashley got quite angry and said, "Okay, you hooligans, your performance is splendid, now shoo!" She then just pushed him out of the door. Just before the Ashleys went to use their makeup and stuff, there was another knock on the door that was made. This time it was Vincent Vegra and Julie's Winifred, asking if they could donate about $150 to the poor. They said no and pushed him out, like the door like the last few visitors. Then they went off to pay and enjoy a nice glass warm of hot cocoa. The night came, and the Ashleys were having a shower before going to bed. Ashley Armbruster got out first. She saw a portrait of a Guy Fawkes on the front, and she sang a little song which was Hellfire from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. However, instead of Mariana, which appeared in the original song, she said Fury that she needed him to protect her. The other Ashleys just started singing while in the shower at the Hellfire part. But they all had good time singing until they started hearing ghost noises, so they got out their flashlights and searched for the spooky ghost. After investigating, they saw the ghost was none other than John Claude, telling the Ashleys that they'll be visited by free spirits while they sleep. The Ashleys didn't care and they all went to bed. Later that evening, Santa Claus was flying around house to house. Suddenly, in the club, a bright orange light filled the room, and the Ashleys woke up to see another ghost in their room. The ghost was Muddy Grimes, and he said, "Well, hello there, kids. I am the ghost of the Christmas past, and I am here to show you the Christmas the olden way." And just as soon as he took them to his car, the Ashleys noticed and they got in the car, and then it showed at night that was like this when the lights was on. Muddy Grimes then started the car, and it was a flying vehicle. Ashley Armbruster started singing A Whole New World, but Muddy told him not to sing any Disney songs during the trip. As they flew into the sky and they arrived on the strange building on 3rd Street, Muddy introduced the Ashleys to this very strange place. There were people dancing to a very melodic band. The girls recognized a few people such as Spencer, George Glasses, Andrew Burnington, the Coachman, Donald Duck, Bucky O'Neill, Sir Cloney, and the Bee Wasp Breadfings, Sergeant Hartman, Nathan Drake, Matt Damon, Colonel Dodo, Goldman Hellman, Norris Fendling, Captain Hawkeye, Tackleton's fiance, Morrow, Hot Spots Woodle, and Martin Stone, and the others. Sitting on the far end of the distance were the Ashleys as 6-year-olds. Then something special arrived. It looked like Little Bill, and he asked, "May we share this dance?" And they say yes, and they all dance. Ashley Armbruster started crying because she could have never forgotten the day they met as a young kid. He felt so nice. Muddy gave her a tissue and then moved on to the other Ashleys. There were 7. Then they noticed that they were all rude to Little Bill. 1 year later, Muddy didn't even want to speak what would happen next, so they went back home. The next day, Ashleys woke up again, and this time to a small insect by the name of Cricket. who is portraying the ghost of the Christmas present. The cricket then asked the Ashleys on the trip to the present, but before doing so, they snuck into not one but Tom Kenny's house and borrowed a bar of soap. Tom Kenny screamed, "Give me my soap back, you pervert!" But the cricket refused to listen. They all flew out to the modern city, and it was daytime of the region of the story. The Ashleys had zoomed in on the cricket at the house. They saw Ashley Bullitt in a purple dress, having a good old go at the Ashley Armbruster, kicking out her into the club. Ashley B regretted doing this, and they were sent back to the graveyard. They saw Sam and Max digging up what looked like to be a grave. The Ashleys went to see what was the grave belonged to, and they were shocked when they found out that the grave belonged to them. Just then, the ghost of the Christmas yet again was originally John Redcorn. He showed up asking the Ashleys on whose grave it was. Then he said that it belonged to them, and they kicked their butts to the grave. Ashley Armbruster woke up screaming, and she realized it was completely normal. She got her phone out and checked the time. It was 6 a.m., and she screamed out, "Wake up, Ashleys, it's Christmas!" They all went to the Christmas tree. There were tons of presents, but there's some reason that free ghost trip had helped them get out of the fashion side and into the most perfect side. After the Ashleys opened their presents, they walked outside wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. And that, my little pretties, was the Ashley's Christmas Carol. I guess you could kind of say a recess, Christmas funny pasta written by Ashley Armbruster. Ashley Armbruster, I want to thank you so much for writing this story. Thank you so much for writing this. This was highly appreciated, and I really do enjoy this story. So, with that being said, I am going to go on with the story. So, I'm just going to say right now that this story was actually a really good Christmas special. This is something involving, the Ashley Armbruster team, basically, in Recess. Now, I'm going to say right now that I have not watched Recess in, a long time. Oh my goodness. I kind of remember these characters back then when I watched it. Well, I wasn't really into, those characters because in Recess, I was into, the whole gang, the main characters and stuff. But I could definitely say that this story was absolutely amazing. It's actually one of the best Christmas specials I've ever read. Well, alongside with the Shadow Reader Christmas Carol, but I actually found this to be rather good. It was amazing, really well done. It actually played a good part in the story, so that's definitely something I can definitely say. Now, I haven't seen Recess in a while, so if I do messed up there, but anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and explain what was funny. I could definitely say that all of this is pretty believable, kind of like how the Scrooge, does not like Christmas and all that, but apparently changed when he was visited by ghosts and stuff. So that's definitely a very good, interesting concept. It's really interesting how, this was kind of reminding me of, how everything went out. This thing, I could definitely say, was just flat out amazing. This is actually a really good concept when it comes to that. I definitely have to say, Ashley Armbruster, you did a pretty good job with this story. This story was actually really well done, really well made, and I love... I had to take a couple of, takes because, I kept laughing so hard. I had to do, multiple takes. So, yeah, I had to take multiple takes because of how silly it was. But anyways, with that being said, I'm just going to say right now that I love this story. This story was absolutely amazing, really well done. It actually plays a good plot with this. Even though it's a funny pasta, I could definitely say there were a few capitalization errors. Like, I saw, near the end of the story, it had, the word Christmas. The C was lowercase a few times. So what I could suggest is maybe just, edit it by making sure that the C's were uppercase for Christmas, because that's the name of the holiday. You always have to capitalize the name of the holiday. That is definitely that's something I'm just going to say right now, is that you always have to capitalize that. I'm not angry or anything, because, people make mistakes in that. I'm just saying that for, next time. I'm just saying that for next time when you do more of these, Ashley Armbruster. I'm just wanted to make it clear, just want to point it out just for you, just so then you understand what you could do, what you can correct it for the future reference. All right. I could definitely say the grammar was really good. Most of it was good, along with the sentence structuring, the storyline, the punctuation. Even though this story didn't really have much of a plot to it, but I'm just gonna say right now, like not every single curry pasta or funny pasta has to have make a whole lot of sense. But at least this story was actually really good, and this actually plays a really good concept with the whole story. Now, I could definitely say, was there anything negative that I have to say? Well, no, I don't. Can't really seem to find anything. Over with the few capitalization errors at near the end, which was Christmas. The few punctuation errors. There were a few of them, and there was a few grammatical errors. So that was why I stuttered while reading. But other than that, the story was actually really well done, really well made, and it played really amazing when it came to this concept. And I really have to say, Ashley Armbruster, you did a really good job. That's definitely something. You did an amazing job with this story. I have to say, you did a really good job. It was amazing. So, I think with that being said, I'm gonna, explain more right here. So, like I'm gonna say right now, and like I always will continue to say, that this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these curry pastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be a. I'm gonna give this one a 9.5 out of 10. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10 because there were a few grammatical errors in there, a few punctuation errors, and there was a few capitalization errors near the end. But other than that, I really do enjoy this story. This story was flat out amazing. You did a pretty good job, Ashley Armbruster, and I have to say, that was fantastic. I really have to say, if you could make another Christmas special, I would really like to hear more of those because this was amazing. I really do appreciate you writing this for me, and thank you so much for sending this to me because I know I've been trying to get to this for, well, a while, and I finally found the chance to do it because it's Christmas time and I want to get to some requests while I'm in the middle of, trying to get one of my stories written and stuff. So, anyways, with that being said, what did you guys think of this funny pasta or curry pasta, whatever you guys prefer to call it? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better. Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe because I would like to hear your thoughts and opinions. And also, don't forget to ring the notification bell to my channel when you subscribe so you guys will get the notification to when I upload. If you're brand new here, that is. And with that being said, please roll the outro because I'm out of here. And I'll be seeing you guys all in the next upload. So, see you guys then. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.